As people boat Table Rock Lake this 4th of July holiday, it's good to remember that you might be boating over a piece of Ozarks history. Many people forget that Table Rock Lake is really only 70 years old. Once the White River, the lake was formed when Table Rock Dam was completed in 1958. Since then, what it covered, towns, farms, and even graves have been lost and forgotten. But local historian and author Tom Koob has spent decades researching just what lies beneath the clear blue waters of Table Rock Lake. Tom, what is below Table Rock Lake?
Well, quite a bit actually. There's a lot of water out there, as you can see. The lake is about 215 feet deep here, so it goes way down. Of course, there were a lot of farms and homes. The best farming land was the bottom land along the river. So people did have small farms, grew corn, tomatoes, strawberries, sometimes cotton. There was one small town. Sometimes people assume that there were several towns that got covered by the lake.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, having a town right on the White River was probably not a real good idea because this river, when it flooded big time.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there weren't any really large towns along the river.
And people can actually scuba dive down there, Tom, and see the original town, right?
Well, there's probably not a whole lot left. It is a technical dive because it's deep, but there's probably remains of an old bridge that crossed Long Creek there. At one time, there was probably some large timbers that were part of the old mill that fell over when the lake flooded.
Wow.
But what's down there now, I think it's probably limited, but people do dive on that site.
There was some graves that had to be removed. There was also maybe some beautiful caves that the lake, or now probably underwater caves that the lake covered up.
Well, certainly, yes. The cemeteries, since there were a lot of homes and farms and one small town in the lake bed, they had to remove the cemeteries, and it was, an important thing, and it had to be done properly. I do have quite a section in my book about the cemeteries, and in fact, I show where the cemeteries that were moved and where they were moved to.
Tom, how can folks get their hands on a copy of your book?
You can find it on Amazon. It's also available as a Kindle book, so.
Very nice, very nice. And we're going to put some links so you can pick up a copy of this book at ky3.com/theplace. Thank you so much, Tom, for coming here, and thanks for giving us some history about what lies beneath Table Rock Lake.
Yeah, I hope people enjoy it, and thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.